What is that, Richard?
That is... In fairness, I did just put you on the spot. But
Yeah.
that is Foreigner.
Foreigner.
Waiting for a girl like you.
I've been waiting
There you go. It's pretty
for
good.
a girl like you.
Yeah. Judson was having trouble coming up with a song to play, so I dropped that one on him 2 minutes ago.
I've been waiting.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Great Measures. My name is Richard. This is Judson.
Great Measures, man.
Gonna introduce you to a band you haven't heard. A band called Behemoth.
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 B-E-H-E-M.
Oh, Behemoth. Oh, you mean Behemoth.
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 The song is called Of Fire and the Void. And of is spelled O-V. Of Fire and the Void.
Are they from somewhere else?
They're from Poland.
Other than the North American colonies?
They are from Poland.
Poland.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the last band that we listened to from Poland.
We've done some good stuff from Poland.
Patushka.
Batushka.
Where's Mirar from? They're from France.
France.
They come from France.
They were French.
Yeah, I liked Batushka a lot.
Yeah. Ready to roll?
Behemoth.
Behemoth.
Behemoth. Yeah, all right, let's do it, Richard.
do
Come
it.
on. I've been waiting for a girl like you.
All right, let's get out of the Foreigner mindset. Let's get into some Behemoth.
I've been waiting.
This is A Fire and the Void. Ready?
Proceed, Richard.
So that song of Fire and the Void is from an album called Evangelion. It's the 9th studio album by Polish band Behemoth. It was released in August of 2009 through Nuclear Blast Records. A little bit about Behemoth. Polish black and death metal band formed in '91. They are considered to have played an important role in establishing the Polish extreme metal underground. Until the late 90s, the band played a traditional black metal style with secular lyrical content, but changed to that of occult and thelemic themes, written by their lead vocalist Nergal and Christoph. With the '99 release of Satanica, the band demonstrated their presence in the death metal scene while retaining their own signature style characterized by the drum work of inferno and multi-layered vocals. Despite Behemoth having been labeled as death metal or thrash metal influenced, Nergal has mentioned that he does not like the band to be labeled as such. The band has not been without some slight controversies. In July of 2007, the All Polish Committee for Defense Against Sects, S-E-C-T-S, distributed to many Polish officials as a list of bands that allegedly promote Satanism and murder. Critics of this policy primarily see this as a violation of free speech. The list has not gone into effect, and Behemoth were allowed to play in Poland freely. In October of 2014, this changed when Behemoth was banned from performing in Poznan. Nergal has repeatedly been on trial in Poland for tearing up the Bible. In a 2007 incident in May of 2014, Russia expelled Behemoth for 4 to 5 years because of visa issues. Nergal is the frontman of pretty much the whole thing. His name, do you know what that name means? Nergal.
Tell me.
It's the name of a Mesopotamian god of war, death, and destruction. His name translates from Sumerian to Lord of the Big City, which was a euphemism for ruler of the underworld.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, before going into all that, how do you feel about the song?
I thought it's huge.
It's huge, massive.
Yeah.
There's 2 songs that I was...
Epic.
Yeah.
Epic.
I was debating on, it was this one, and then they have another one that's very
Epicus.
popular.
It's very epicus.
They have another song that's called "O Father, O Satan, O Son," and it's their other massive hit. But I felt like this was the better entry point.
Yeah. How did you see this as being such a satanic Dark Lord song?
Lyrically.
Anyway, well, we go musically first. The guitars are great. I can handle the double bass drum throughout this.
Okay.
It's just not, it doesn't seem like it's in, because it's da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da, you know. Yeah, it's just so big. I like bigs, I like the epic stuff. And the guitars were great.
There's something about the guitar, the riffing, the I don't know.
They stay in what they stay on their root note a lot. Don't, you know. They go to other places, but not a whole lot. And the music's great.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lyrically, it didn't seem like it was so dark to me. I mean, he mentions a philosopher. The pre-Socratics were obviously before Socrates, but they were more into nature and this thing about the divine eyes. I called it this means the divine eyes, but that has to do with nature. I think that's what he's talking about because he mentions nature in that part of the lyric. So they carry the torch of Heraclitus, and they were into nature, that God or the divine is in nature. And man is part of that. And it just didn't sound like to me that he was in the darkness so much as he was in the finding the light. He said he was trying to find the light in himself, and which is, I think, what you're supposed to do. A person should do. I should do. If it exists in everything, then the best way to find it is not going to the exterior, but going through the interior. So I don't know. I sort of felt sort of a positive message coming out of these lyrics. These they're accused of being a cultish, satanic band.
Yeah.
There's just something about Behemoth in ancient lore too. At first I always want to say that was like the whale that swallowed Jonah or something, but that's the Leviathan. And a Leviathan is also the beast in the underworld. I think Behemoth may be a synonym for that kind of stuff. Behemoth just may be the monster.
Yeah.
The great monster from the underworld or whatever. The beast, the dragon, I don't know. Their drummer's named Inferno. Mm-hmm. He's definitely the MVP.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
They're all following him.
Yeah.
It's a drum song.
Yeah.
And they're all just playing with him. Mm-hmm. What do these guys look like? Have you seen pictures of them?
Yeah, they do the face paint and stuff.
Do they?
Yeah, I'll show you.
They've been around a long time, huh? The guy's constantly
Since
in
91.
court.
Not constantly, but...
Oh, wow. Yeah, they look like the old demons, you know?
Very black metal.
Yeah.
And you can tell that's where their roots were in the 90s, you know. They did transition. You know, this is more blackened death metal than straight black metal.
Label them up, dude.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm here for.
Slap a label on them.
Yeah.
Compartmentalize them.
It's death metal with black elements.
Yeah, this just didn't, I could be totally wrong, but I just got more of a, I don't know, I felt
Uplifted.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
But isn't that, I'm not the expert at all on this subject, but isn't that the core, the root of Satanism?
What?
The promotion and worship of self.
Okay, yeah.
Could it be from that perspective?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
He said
either.
he's the Son of Man and then the Son of God and that kind of thing, and that's what. And at the end it says I go into the fractured light, but he mentions light a lot. And you could go so deep with this
and then
stuff.
don't forget about, like, he talks about light and it seems to be uplifting lyrics, but the song is called Of Fire and the Void. So.
Yeah, but and it could just be an allusion to the fact that the whole Satanist character in Lucifer is a light bearer.
Right. That's the way I'm interpreting it.
Sure. When you mention the philosophers and then there's just some other stuff where he goes away from I mean, yes, it's the worship of self, or the fleshly self.
Right.
See, I'm looking at the other self.
Right. Yeah.
If there is a metaphysical self that is sort of the best of everything that we could be, you know, being nudged, as Carl Jung says, to our better path. You know, you come to a fork in the road and something tells you to go this way rather than this way, and maybe that's if you're in tune with it, your better self pushing you that direction. So that's how I saw it. But these things are when you fall when you accept that something is two-sided. Say, well, this is dark and it's evil, and this is light and it is good. Then I think personally, I think that's playing a game that's short-sighted.
Okay.
Because if there is an all if there is an all, if there is an all-knowing thing, or not all-knowing, but if there's something that encompasses all, if there's a one thing, then out of that one thing comes both the light and the dark, and the good and the bad, and the heads and the tails, so it all comes from the same place. And then to sort of get away from the idea that, which is what I try to do, that there is no good and bad, really. That's how you view the situation. Someone's bad and someone else is good, right? Someone's child gets murdered. Well, I'm not going to speculate on how that would be a good thing, but to somebody it could be a good thing for them. I don't know. I really shouldn't have used that as an example. If the child could have was yeah, something like that. Thanks for saving me.
I got you.
Or the Antichrist, something, or another Antichrist. Anyway, so you get caught up in that, and then it becomes perception rather than perspective. And I think perspective is the greater sight over perception, because that only belongs to you. But it's a good point to make, because yes, I just sort of in my own. So there's in the teaching that I'm paying attention to right now, which are the Hermetic principles. One of them is polarity, which is hot, cold, good and bad, this kind of thing. And if you fall too much to one side, if you really don't want to hear from one particular person at work or something, that's the person that you end up running into all day at work. And so there's this, and it's called a mutable law, which means you can transcend it. And then there's rhythm and cause and effect and gender under those. And there's ones that are immutable, which are vibration, mentalism, which just talks about what the all is, and correspondence, as below, so below. So there are ones that we're governed by, and then there's ones that we can sort of not be governed by, that we can, and polarity is one of them. So I think that whole idea of well, if it's satanic, it's bad. It has to. If it's not satanic, then it's the other thing, or if it's not the other thing, then it's satanic, and then. It's always been interesting to me that there has to be a driving dark force that presumably will lose in the end, because if it rebelled against a God, then the God is greater than it and can abolish it anyway, but doesn't. So maybe it's just like I said. It's interesting when you look at the yin and the yang. I like this idea of a coin. So if you flip a coin, it's going to fall on one side, and if heads is good and tails is bad, and then that's all you see. But then it's all good for a lot of time, but then you flip the coin again and it lands on bad, and then that's all you see. I think the point is to turn the coin up like this and walk on the edge, where you're sort of, it's narrow obviously, but it goes around and around and keeps going around and around. I think that's metaphysically the area to stay in, where you're not. That's not all you see, because because it's flat, you may only think there's bad because it's on that side of the coin, and it's hard to turn it over. But if you stay on the middle, it's like the yin and the yang. The line that separates the two is where we should live, rather than, because each one contains a little bit of the other, right? The light contains a little bit of the dark, and the dark contains a little bit of the light. So maybe that's what I'm seeing in it. Is I'm not really adhering to the idea of Satanism or the opposite of that as being good, and I don't see the good and evil. I see that there's a piece in the middle. It's difficult to stay in. It's hard not to get pulled one way or the other, because everything is painted with those two lights, right? Those guys look gnarly with black, and they look scary. So you're sort of nudged over to think these lyrics are supposed to be a scary thing, or supposed to be a satanic thing, or supposed to be an evil thing. I just don't. I don't buy into the whole thing, but in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
So I kind of saw it as being a person being triumphant over taking their power and being.
Coming clean about being a Satanist at this point.
That is not it. But
All right, cool.
I think Satanism is stupid. It's just, why just flip the coin, man, and stay on once and just be okay with that one?
Yeah.
Flip it again. Or just flip it on its thing and just roll.
Johnny Cash and walk
Just
the
roll
line.
with it. Just walk the line, bro. It just goes in a circle. It's a circle. It just keeps going.
Yeah, I like it. I had never heard that analogy, but that's cool.
Just came up with it
Did you?
this week.
That's nice. I like it. It's very cool. All right, cool. Thanks for watching, everybody. We are Great Measures.
Great Measures. Thanks for showing me this song, man.
You're very welcome.
By Behemoth.
You're welcome. My name is Richard. This is Judson. That was
Great
A
Measures.
Fire in the Void by Behemoth.
Great Measures.
Have a wonderful day, everybody.